Good morning, our fellow yogic travelers, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. All right, so for my journaling friends out there, today we're talking about the lover archetype. We've already done the king and queen, male and female warrior, male and female wise person, and now we're in the lover. So, how do you keep your wonder child alive so that you're playing with a full keyboard and not reduced to middle C? Very important to keep the playfulness, the curiosity, the vital spirit connected to everything, the sense of wow. So that's the mantra. I feel or I play. And here's the line of affiliation, connection through the heart to other people, both by joy and by compassion. So let me hear what you're writing, and I'll share what's going on with me. All right, so my clutter friends, remember, you'll be surprised how quickly this becomes possible once you put your mind to it. I say that every time. So the key is trust life to bring you what you need, when you need it, especially when you're feeling below par. Okay, so from here, Mr. Ango, what does my teacher have to say about yoga? Well, he would say that although there's been material progress at a technological level, so many people are still living a barren spiritual existence. The hectic pace of life kind of eclipses the possibility for peace of mind. We're all pursuing sophisticated comforts, and then we forget the simplicity of life that can really make you happy. So many people can't bear the pace. It's such a fast pace. And the stress from not being able to keep up is such a physical and mental pressure. That's where yoga comes in. It deserves lavish praise as a masterwork of spirituality and human history. You become cleared of your confusion. You realize what's essential, what's not essential, what's spiritual, what's not spiritual. And of course, you learn to identify yourself with your true self and not just the surface personality or the false self. But what's difficult, according to the yoga, is that the knowing instrument, one aspect of your mind called the buddhi, that's not the final self, even though in some way it mirrors the ultimate, which is absolute consciousness. So apparently we all have to dig down, go deep, mine it for all the gems that are there, like the alchemical story where a father tells his son on his deathbed, there's a treasure buried in the field. So they go and they dig up the field and there's nothing there. So while the field is dug up, they plant some wheat and they get an abundant crop. And they did this for several years consistently, and then indirectly they became enriched by getting accustomed to constructive labor. So you got to work the path. You got to do it every single day. You got to not let up. You could call it fanatic in one way, but I would call it intense in another way. Remember, they call it tivra samvegan, supremely enthusiastic about this. And then you got to make your own interpretations, hermeneutics, like cafeteria style philosophy. Things come floating by and on the tray, I like it, I'm not going to take it. Or self-serving, I'm going to pull that one in and nourish myself by it. So my last thing for today is remember The Varieties of Religious Experience by William James. If you've never read it, it's a classic. And if you want to understand what happiness is, you have to have a deliberate adoption of a optimistic turn of mind. But remember, happiness, like every other emotional state, has its blind side and insensitive side, because that's the instinctive weapon for self-protection against disturbance. And I always say, yogis hate to have their peace disturbed, so create the environment where that's less likely to happen. And remember, everyone has unlimited potential to give themselves something more than what they already have. It never ceases to give you the best, and it's always besting itself. Never think there's an end. Infinite abundant riches are available psychologically, metaphorically, imagistically, poetically. We're all rich, but we don't know it. So remember, as I sign out today, spirit is not improving or progressing. Our understanding what spirit is what improves or progresses. And it continually expresses itself in new ways. That's because it's creative. But remember, it's not an improvement. It's an unfoldment. And your life is part of it. Have a great day.